What is going on, guys? We're back on another video. We've done this type of video in the past, but this one's a little bit different. We'll get into that in a moment. I don't know if you guys realize, but we're pretty damn close to 10 million subscribers. So if you guys want to like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel, it would be much appreciated. It's been a milestone of mine that I've been wanting to hit for a while. We're, I don't know, like 9.9 million some away. We're getting close. But enough of that nonsense. Please subscribe. I'm desperate. The reason why this is a special version of what we're doing here is because, one, we're using that franchise guy's roster, and if you somehow haven't heard of him, that's actually his name. It's not like literally me trolling again. That's his name. He's been pretty damn big in the roster community. He's been big in the Pro Football Focus community because he's one of their analysts, I'm pretty sure. And then more importantly, his rosters were always very unique because he had the guys lower rated. And always, you know, a lot of people were always like, I mean, obviously he has tons of downloads, so check him out. But a lot of people were always like, don't use his rosters, man. They're trash. They're so low of an overall. And I was always like, yeah, they are really low overall. It's not my thing. I'm a normie that loves 99 overalls across the board, apparently. But if you guys have been following the Madden 20 news, there's, you know, a lot of, not really even rumors, but it's been kind of almost confirmed. They're kind of following his game plan for Madden 20. It seems like a lot of the base players aren't going to be nearly as high of an overall. It's going to be a truly unique experience where the best of the best are going to be that much better. It has been a great idea by TFG because you look at here, you know, not everyone's a 99 overall. He's an analyst. He obviously sees what he sees. He has Rodgers as the #1 quarterback, Brady close behind, Breeze, Wilson, Mahomes is an 88. You know, once again, it was a one-year situation. It was a team that had a poor defense, and obviously they were forced to score a lot and quickly. So, you know, that's just the way that is. Where's Jared Goff? 78 overall quarterback. He's a bit of a system. Can't say, you know, that's all I'm going to say. Where's Trubisky? Trubisky, 74 overall. I think it's fair. I know a lot of people are going to hate these things, but this is his ratings, and expect EA to follow a pretty similar line of ratings going into Madden 20, at least from what the developer stuff has been saying in their articles. So, you know, maybe there's some guys that are a little bit too underrated, but overall, this is going to be kind of the mold, the model they're probably going to follow. But more importantly, we are going to try to see, with this potentially new model that Madden 20 is going to be implementing, how the rookies are going to fare in their roles. Now, I'm hoping guys like Dwayne Haskins are starting, because Dwayne definitely will start. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I don't really know who would. I'm going to have to manually up this one for my likings, because, well, really downgrade this one, because Alex Smith, he honestly may never play another snap of football again. And, of course, if you're looking at that roster right now, Haskins has the most chances to start. We're looking at running backs. Geis probably gets the nod overall, so we're going to fix that. I'm going to go in and try to fix every single team I can that I would assume is going to have a starter. I don't think, you know, even though Adrian Peterson's been pretty damn good for him, I think Geis was definitely the projected starter before the injury, and we'll see how that goes. So with all that being said, we're going on to the playoffs. We do have to do the 2018 season, mainly because these rosters are set, and, you know, these would be the rosters that he would project going into the next game because of the overalls and all that, I would assume. So we're going to have it that way. You know, he updates them a lot, so props to him. And, who, you know, I don't know if he has a team or not. If he doesn't, that's impressive. But this is basically the projected team rosters he would have going into the Madden 20 season. So I couldn't exactly sim to 2019 and then do a proper sim. So this is basically the projections. The AI has the Cardinals making the playoffs at 9-7. So with these rosters and overall just the way it is, this is what the you know, the NFL is projected to go for. There's a couple of names that make a lot of sense. Actually, a lot of names. The Jets, that's a team I can't get behind. Niners, I'm all for it. I think the Niners do have the potential. I think we made a tier list where we kind of had them a little bit above average, but we weren't. Maybe that would have been, no, that was defense. Was it? No, we did have a power ranking. I think I put the Niners at like a very close to playoffs, or making it barely. Texans, playoff team. Colts, Patriots. I would say the Packers are a playoff team. We improved, you know, immensely. And honestly, even though we had a poor record, I know it's biased to say, and maybe every single team has had this, but literally you change one play in 4 of our losses and we come home with a victory. Literally one play. I'm not talking about some crazy big play. I mean literally like a 3rd and 5 conversion goes for a first down instead, or the refs don't screw us over on a muffed punt that we didn't touch and it gave a free touchdown to the Lions early on. Stuff like that. We were a playoff team. It's Ty Montgomery fumbling on kick return. That just doesn't happen often. Stuff like that. People are writing us off, but that's all I'm going to say. So the Rams missed the playoffs. That's very unlikely. Cowboys missing the playoffs. Very well could happen. Steelers could happen. Bears, I believe it. Saints, I don't believe for a second. Any other team? Vikings, Seahawks. I know the Seahawks are just somehow good, even though their roster is a little depleted. I think really if you want to take a look at what could be wrong here, Niners, Jets, and then replace Niners, Jets, Lions. Replace them with the Rams, Cowboys, Saints, Steelers. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean. Basically, the gist of it. So let's take a look at the Cardinals. Of course, making the playoffs is a pretty damn big deal for the Cardinals here. I mean, their roster, once again, another depleted roster. They did a good job in the draft, but they're still a bit off, I think. So even though they did a really good job, they're still a little off. I will say that the Josh Rosen trade was good. Larry Fitzgerald with 746 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kyler Murray hates old people. He hates old people. That's all I'm going to say. Let's take a look at the offensive line. That's the thing I'm worried about for the Cardinals coming up. If they can get a blocking season like this, they could make the playoffs, honestly. That's insane numbers. Defensively, sack total-wise, Terrell Suggs had the best season for them. They would definitely be a little disappointed with those numbers, I can't lie. Cornerbacks, Patrick Peterson, Alford with the main looks. Hicks had a pretty damn good season. Kicking, 16 for 24. Kick return, interesting. So we're going to go into the other teams as well, but first I want to take a look at the awards. So Tom Brady was your MVP with Watson close behind. Thank God Tom Brady took it because no one behind him other than, up until Breeze, maybe Rivers, Mahomes, Luck. Really no one other than that probably would come close in real life. Offensive Rookie of the Year on the Jets side, that doesn't really count, but if we're looking at it, Josh Jacobs, according to them, is the Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year is straight up Devin Bush. So that's interesting names. Devin Bush and Josh Jacobs, guys that, Devin Bush definitely super primed for Defensive Rookie of the Year, especially when you want to follow a guy like Ryan Shazier, his successor. A lot of people would love to have that story in there, So Offensive Player of the Year, Dwayne Haskins, number 7, not bad. Defensive Player of the Year, almost Devin White. It's going to be pretty obvious to see who Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be. So Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dwayne Haskins. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Devin White. Obviously, we knew that. Mike Evans, please have Superstar X Factor, please. Also, I didn't mention it, but sorry, I've been dealing with some things and also just didn't have much time. I don't really want to get into it too much, but I kind of had to put something together. I wanted to do a special video today. We're going to have to wait till Sunday. Kind of gives away that it's a rebuild, but it is what it is. It's going to be sad as everyone's like, oh, I wonder what the special video is, and as soon as it comes out, they're like, oh, yay, special video. So it's not that special, but I don't know, I think it'll be a fun one, so look forward to that Sunday, and yeah, that's about it. Tom Brady, can see why an MVP year, 5,000 yards, 44 touchdowns, 11 picks. Longest of the season goes to Felipe Rivers. Let's take a look in general, the yards, though. So Breeze had a pretty good season. Rivers had a pretty good season. Mahomes, not a bad season. You can see the touchdowns lacking because he is missing those playmakers. Kareem Hunt, most likely Tyreek Hill. I know a lot of that stuff's being dismissed, but I don't know. To get rid of Kareem Hunt after what happened, to not get rid of Tyreek Hill with the audio that came out, I think it would be almost worse, honestly. In my personal opinion, if we look back at the Kareem Hunt thing, if I can remember correctly, I don't even see not anything wrong with it because fighting in general is bad. But it was like it was, and I almost said casualty, but the victim, it wasn't the intended target. I think when you look at that, like kicking someone with so much force because you're a freaking monster that it hits someone else as well it's unfortunate, but it's not as bad in my opinion. Whatever, we're gonna none of this crap. I don't want to get any more hate. Zeke, that's an MVP season. 2,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. That would be a snub. especially if you had any receiving yards on their list. James Conner continues to thrive where Le'Veon Bell once stood. Speaking of Le'Veon Bell, where is Bell? Lev Bell with I mean, it's a good season, especially with a kind of rough Jets offensive line. Ooh, that would be a good season. 990 yards. It would suck to not get that 1,000, but it'd be cool with me. Receiving, a lot of catches. Receiving totals, Edelman killing it. Mike Evans killed it, but Edelman just absolutely went off. Jesus. A lot of 1,000-yard guys. Is Devontae one of them? Don't know why I even asked that. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the touchdowns. Most goes to Edelman as expected. Blocking, who is the worst lineman? Cam Robinson. Interesting stuff. Defensive line, or defense in general, most tackles in the league goes to Devin White. That's why he was Defensive Player of the Year just about. Donald, Max, some really decent numbers here. I like these. I think maybe add like 2 to 3 to most of the guys, and we'd have like dead-on numbers. Rashawn Gary with 9.5. That would be a huge season to quiet down the haters a little bit. Joe Hayden, I don't see it. Xavier Rhodes could. Darby, definitely. Chris Harris. A lot of the guys here on this list, very realistic for their numbers, no doubt. Kicking, best accuracy kicker goes to Tavecchio, technically. Vinatieri not very far behind. And that's pretty much it. I want to see now how the playoffs finish, and that will conclude the video. Once again, I'm sorry for kind of I don't know, it's a cheap video in my opinion. The Niners and Jets, interesting names. And the winner of the Super Bowl will be the Niners over the Jets. It's interesting. Once again, I do recommend taking a look at that franchise guy's rosters on, I don't know if he does PS4, but I know he does on Xbox. You'll easily be able to see him because they're at the top of the list. He's got downloads on downloads. Wild card round, did we lose? Oh, we killed the Falcons. I want to take a look at this one. Absolutely murdered the Falcons. That was a really good game. Let's take a look at the divisional. So the divisional, we lost by 14 to the Super Bowl champions, which is perfectly fine. Let's take a look at how the results actually were, though. Yeah, Kyler Murray struggled. 23 passer rating. Yikes. Not good at all. And then the conference, the Jets win by quite a bit. Niners win by quite a bit, but it was a low-scoring game. And let's take a look at the big game itself, what the numbers were. Le'Veon Bell almost really stuck it to the Steelers nation, but couldn't quite, and unfortunately they fall by freaking 6. But you got to say, either team making it to that stage would be impressive. No doubt the Niners would nowhere near be the surprise that the Jets would be in that scenario. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Who do you guys think will be the rookies of the year? I think Kyler Murray has a good chance. But honestly, it very well could go to like a guy like Dwayne Haskins. I think the Redskins, if you're looking at the two teams, you know, of course, quarterback always going to have the way better chance to get the Rookie of the Year nod. And personally, the Redskins have a pretty much way better roster. But you never know. If the rookies step up quick, the Cards do have a chance because they've got some names as well. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year probably goes to either Bush, honestly, Bosa or Farrell. Its name is Farrell, right? I seen someone in one of the comment sections saying, finally someone that knows how to say his name, and I forgot how to say that name. I don't remember which way I said it. It's probably Farrell, right? I don't know. It's definitely not Pharrell. Like, is it? It actually might be Pharrell because there's 2 R's. Farrell. I don't know. But I would say a pass rusher or one of the Devons, really, for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Enough of that rambling. I don't know if you would have seen a video before this or after this, but definitely expect to see NBA, you know, either today or tomorrow. You know, there was a poll for it, and we're going to try a little bit of my career. We're going to try a little bit. I probably should have said my career. Maybe everyone doesn't want my career. Maybe they want, like, other NBA. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see, Madden 20 stuff, whatever, let me know in the comment section below. I really appreciate you guys watching. No joke. Sorry, once again, this wasn't the special video. I was going to have a rebuild or a 10-year sim today, and I didn't have enough time. Like I said, I'm dealing with, you know, okay? Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you're new. Once again, we're getting close to 10 million subs. Like the video if you enjoyed. Follow me on my second channel at PK Plays. Once again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see